Crazy. Good evening. It's your favorite, the one and only. At work right now. Slowly walking in because I came in kind of early. I had to. Feel me? Yeah, I had to. Because people be watching me. Feel me? They be trying to steady your timing and everything else. Transportation don't be working out. So lately, I be coming in early just to catch the earlier bus so I could get here on time, because they just be playing with the system and shit. You feel me? This time, I like, oh hell no, that is not going to happen. I didn't even do my regular, waking up. I do a little bit of small little calisthenics, you feel me? Something just to keep me going. Trying to keep up with these girls over here. Just something just to keep me going, but they didn't even give me that chance. Nah, it's a gymnastics, so I said that's why I said what I said. Anyway, so as you can see, slowly walking in. I was rushing so fast. Nigga took the cab. Feel me? I had to take my cab today. People always try to deter me. Oh, the reason why he got this. I'm like, yo, it's mine. Why y'all, like, it's crazy, my nigga. It's cray. Constantly competing with me. Watching what I'm wearing, what I'm not wearing, what I'm spending and what I'm not spending. People who watch you like that, man, that shit crazy. You feel me? They have no shame at all. Like, shame does not exist in them. They might say the same thing about me. That he has no shame, But everybody know that's false. If I had no shame, I wouldn't try. If I had no shame, I wouldn't be fighting this hard to overcome everything else that they've done to me. You feel me? That's a lot to overcome when you fighting that many people and systems that's already in place. You feel me? To make sure that you don't do good, or you don't do this, or you don't do that. So if I had shame, I do have shame, because I want to see myself do good. Shame is something that you take upon yourself. It's a self-accountability. It's the idea that you want to do good, so you kind of shame yourself so you can do better the next time. You feel me? Always trolling, told you. So they have no shame at all. Like, a person who has no shame is a person who has been defeated so badly that they refuse to accept what is going on. When I speak about these things, we talking about psychology. You know what I mean? I'm speaking about the psychic of the mind itself, because that's like one of my gifts, is to speak about the psychology, the thought behind the behavior itself, the reason why people act the way they act. So most of the time, I'm just speaking psychology when I break things down. No, I don't have a degree in that area. I just happen to be gifted in it. You feel me? Anyway, so a person who has no shame is a person who hasn't come into terms with a disappointment, a defeat, or acceptances about something. So they tend to, because when you don't address something, you feel me? When you don't address something, it becomes something that lingers around in other areas in your life. It is as if you sending a letter to a place that does not have no address. It can't go nowhere. So people who don't address their issues cannot solve anything else in their life, because things have been left unaddressed. You feel me? So the package cannot be sent to anywhere because it has no destination to go to. So people who have no shame, are people who have things that's lingering around where they are unable or haven't come into terms with solving these issues. So it's, I can even make another example. It's like a woman, let's just say a woman whose husband cheated on her, right? And now she kicked him out the house, bomb. She hasn't come into terms that it is not her fault, that this is something that somebody did to her. So she start letting herself go. She might start, the house ain't cleaning no more. She depressed now. She not doing the things that she's supposed to do to get back to where she needs to get back to. You feel me? So she becomes shameless in the way she treats herself because she hasn't come and she thinks she's not worthy. That's why these things happen to her. So a person who gets into that form of area tend to do things, misbehave in ways where it seems as if they have no shame. That's because they haven't come into terms. You feel me? They haven't come into terms with a defeat, where they haven't addressed the defeat itself or comfort themselves and be like, hey, this is not your fault. You feel me? You a good woman. Yeah, just because somebody cheated on you. This is just an example. I'm just saying, you feel me? It's just that she has a package. She is the package herself. She don't have an address on it. So it cannot be delivered anywhere. So the package stays stagnant. So she's stagnant in her approach or her affairs in life itself. So she cannot do nothing or move, can't even make the right decision because she deemed herself unworthy. And that's the thing with these people out here too, you feel me? Not everybody, of course, it's a beautiful place. I always show you the surroundings and there's beautiful people out here too. But there's some people who happens to be just too nosy in my life. They're too involved. I didn't even grow up around here. So the very idea that they're so involved with me and doing the things that they do tells me that they're not addressing the issues, so they tend to pay attention to what I'm doing to escape their own reality. This is the reason why they have no shame in what they do, because it's much more fearful for them to address their own shame. So they tend to let themselves go the way they do, you feel me? And this is the psychology of it all, you feel me? It's not nothing no spooky or nothing like that. It's as simple as that. They just have no shame. They don't. Have you ever ate a salad without dressing? It feels very plain. You feel me? It's disgusting. They haven't addressed the situation. You feel me? If you address the situation, you make your life a little better. It makes it more comfortable. It makes it that much more easier to intake. You feel me? So they tend to follow you around. Everybody's in your business. And I'm like, if you were in somebody else's business, right? And you intend to mean good for them. Your intention is to have for something good to happen on behalf of them. Then that's okay. But people are just in your business just to be in your business. They contribute knowingly and unknowingly. I mean, sometimes you just gotta be like, all right, cool. I don't have to pay attention to this thing right here. This whole thing is unhealthy. You feel me? That's how you gotta, hold on, let me see if I got time, yeah. I'm gonna talk more. Cause I don't wanna go in there too quick, man. Hell, you feel me? Cause I like spending time with myself. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it'd be nice to have a bitch here and there and a few friends. But I don't want people around me that's just gonna betray me more. I know I'm not gonna betray me. You feel me? Because I love myself. Why would I betray me? Nigga, I don't betray me. But when you have other people, I'm not just going to have somebody around me because I feel like, oh, I need to have somebody around me just to feel like I have company. No, like that's devastating. That's not a good idea at all. You better off, being happy alone. Because some people still feel alone and they're in a relationship. That's worse than that's worse than anything else you can imagine. Hurry up, wake up. You feel me? Like, what's the point of being in a relationship just to feel alone? And some people are scared to face the idea that the friends that they're with couldn't be good friends for them and you've seen the shit that happened in Mexico recently with their friends and everything else. Why would you have same people What's the point of having people around you that can cause the death of you? You feel me? Shit like that, like, because people are too scared to be alone. They're afraid to be with themselves and listen to their own voice and face their thoughts. You know, the demonic thoughts and the angel thoughts. They just can't face it. So they tend to have people around them so they can feel like they're important. And it's like, yo, what is the point of all that when these people could be toxic? That's why I kind of separate myself from the crowd, and they be like, oh, he's a weirdo, he's this, that. I'm like, no, I just don't want to have you around me if you're going to be fake. If that's all you have to offer me as a person, I don't want it. You feel me? Like, no, nigga, I could do way better by myself then. Let's see, if you want to get there, two can go far. I understand that. But I take my time in getting there. You feel me? Until you find the right people around you, do not surround yourself with people who have no shame because they haven't come into terms of being by themselves or facing themselves. Some people just keep having kids just so they can feel like they're not lonely. You feel me? And it's like, it's a shame. It's a shame because they have no shame. So it's a shame in itself. But let's get back to the shame topic. You feel me? They will demonize me for wanting to be alone and just spending time with myself. Decades upon decades, I will do so. I'd rather that than have somebody. I already been through having people around me that's not good for me. You can't be sleeping next to the enemy. That's a dangerous move. You feel me? That is a dangerous move. You don't want to do such things. So I'd rather just, I'd rather do this, you know what I mean? I'd rather work, keep my head down, and keep on moving forward. And while I deal with these shameless people that we started talking about in the first place. The shameless plugs. So these people who have no shame, you feel me, have not come into terms with whatever they're dealing with. Insecurity, ugliness, you feel me? Some people just feel, there's people out there who feel ugly about how they look because they're too busy comparing themselves to other people. You feel me? They are too busy comparing themselves to other people. It could be like, it's crazy, my nigga. Like, just like maybe they even look better than the other person, but because this other person have so much confidence in the way they carry themselves, they tend to be jealous of that person, and they tell themselves that this person look better than me. You feel me? When beauty's in the eye of the beholder, you feel me? It's not, you can look pretty to a lot of people, but it could be that one person that be like, nah, she don't look, I like this one right here, she look better. You feel me? So it's like you just gotta keep loving yourself. If somebody's gonna like you, they're gonna like you, that's that. But people feel so ugly. I mean the word really ugly. Like, God don't like ugly. It doesn't mean that the structure of the face, the ugliness comes from within and appears on it displays on yourself. You feel me? If you constantly just watching people, constantly paying attention to the wrong things, constantly just being rumors, nosy, talking about people, that's ugliness. You feel me? This is the reason why they attack other people, so they can feel better about themselves. That's what it leads to. You feel me? It start off little thing like stealing candy. Then from stealing candy, you get caught stealing candy and you start lying. Then you got in trouble for lying. So the next time you want to get away with the lying, then you go into killing. You feel me? And this is the life of the crime itself. It goes in that pattern. The Bible said the same thing. You feel me? People steal, lie, and kill. You feel me? It goes in that order. Whenever you watch those crime shows, that's what petty crimes, stealing, got caught, they put in jail. They don't want to go back to jail. So next time somebody catch them red-handed, they tend to take that person's life so they wouldn't have to face the consequences. You feel me? I'm saying that to say that people who feel ugly about themselves tend to attack other people. You feel me? They attack other people just so they can feel better about themselves, but they do it in a coward way, conniving way, you feel me? Behind your back kind of way, gossip, talking, turning people against you. When it's time for them to face the consequences, they don't have the guts to face the consequences. And guess what's going to lead to? The same result: killing, destroying. The devil came to kill, steal, and destroy. You feel me? And that's what it goes on. Like, cause you don't have. That's why God don't like ugly. Cause it's the behavior, it's the ugliness of it that describe what the devil is. The person whose function, obligation, occupation is to kill, steal, and destroy. And that's what these people do. That's exactly what they do. It's like, I can't make it up. These niggas brag about it. You feel me? They just brag about it. It came to the point where they can't even say we don't do it. They actually start denouncing religion. Niggas is like, fuck it, nigga, I'm not even Christian no more. You feel me? I'm denouncing that shit. Because they can't even stop the behavior. It becomes addictive. You feel me? You think if somebody got caught stealing, they be like, I need to chill. No, they can't stop themselves from the behavior. It's something that just keep going on. It's very hard to stop that shit. You need a professional to take you out of it. So you look at other alternatives, be like, nah. And it always result to them coming in a life of crime. You understand? That shit crazy, but it's true. Feel me? I just break down the psychology of it. This is the reason why when you know these kind of things, you don't get into those kind of life. I don't even tempt with it because I know what it's gonna lead to. You don't play with such things like that. You do that shit when you're a child. And as you come into a different atmosphere of the levelness in your life itself, you kind of grow out of it. But once you reach the highest spheres, it's very hard to change. It is. It's very hard to change when you're stuck in your ways. Some things you just get stuck in your ways. It's very hard to come out of it when you're stuck in your ways. You know what I mean? Like, it's just hard. Like, it's not that they can't change, but people get stuck in their ways. You know what I mean? It just, especially when you get to an old age, it's already hard for young men to listen. When as a child, you're more acceptable to want to listen because you really don't know much. So the child's brain is like a sponge. They're just soaking in all the information because they're trying. But when a child gets to somewhere, they think they know it all. So a person cannot teach them anymore. It will be life lessons that teach the person. It'll be pain. No, lessons. Literally tests. Life itself is going to be the next teacher. Then after a while, they get used to that kind of pain and everything else. People like their misery because they still haven't changed. Shame come in. They feel shameless because they haven't come into terms with the lessons or defeats in their life. They're not truly honest with themselves, so they tend to do these things. You feel me? So who's going to teach them then when they get to that stage? Tragedy. Then that's the end of it. You understand? So it's like you can't teach these people nothing. Look at this nigga. He's a hater, but he can hear me talking though. You feel me? What's the point of listening to somebody if you disagree with them? What's the point? If I disagree with somebody, then how can you argue with the TV? Like, what the pass the ball? Eventually, after a while, honey, it's a TV. I know what it is, you know, but it's like, yeah, eventually after a while, you yell at something for so long, you understand that you can't change something. So why even watch something that you are in disagreement with? Why would you put yourself through that pain? Misery, man. Niggas is shameless. Misery loves company. You see that shit already. He just came like, my nigga, you at work. There is at least 1 billion channels on that you can watch, at least. There's a billion things that he can do. He could watch this millions of videos, audios, radios, you name it. You can listen to that while listen to me and just be frustrated and come outside, take the lid off the garbage can and just throw it on the floor. So what if you did what you did? Move on. You did what you did, all right, cool. What do you want me to feel? You want me to feel guilty for what you did? Or you want me to feel sorry for myself for what you did or what somebody else did? Or do you want me to feel sad so you can feel happy? If it has been done, it has been done. What do you want? Yeah, niggas crazy, man, I'm telling you. They are crazy, man. This is a simple message, you know what I mean? You think they're supposed to know, but they don't know. They tend to want to fight it. You know what I mean? So people who does not have shame are people who feel really, really ugly within. You feel me? It's not about the features of their face. You could put on 1,000 makeup. Nowadays, they buying faces and bodies. You know what I mean? They making it, like, you feel me? Niggas they making themselves into these kind of things. You feel me? So it's about what's on the inside. It's about your attitude. You feel me? And the way you come across. So stop attacking people just to make yourself look good, because that shit don't work. You still gonna be ugly, you feel me? The very notion that you had to physically attack somebody so you can compare yourself to the person that you attack tells you and everybody else that you are truly ugly. Because the fact that you had to want to destroy somebody's beauty just so you can be in comparison with that beauty should tell you that, yeah, my nigga, yeah, you an ugly nigga. Like, come on, what am I saying that's wrong? Nigga, that's simple. Because if you was truly beautiful, you want to compare or compete with somebody at their highest form, just like you in your highest form or your natural form. Let me see what time it's. Just still got a lot of time. Yeah, I came in mad early. But the very notion, not lotion, I said notion. But the very notion that you had to destroy something so you can be, it's like when the Europeans went to Africa and they wanted to destroy all of the history and everything else like that. Then they want to compare their history to our history. No, nigga, the very notion that you had to destroy it just to act like you competing. Hey, pass. Don't be mad at that. That's just an example. I'm going to use a lot of examples. To act like you in competition tells us that you wasn't even a worthy opponent to begin with, because you had to damage something just so you can be in a close proximity or whatever the word is, in a close race to it. Like, you wasn't even worthy of an opponent. That's why you did what you had to do. You feel me? Just to inch closer to the result itself, just to feel like you did something. You feel me? But that's just an example. But the very notion that you had to put your hands on something so you could just try to damage or taint their beauty just so you can be a person. I know I repeated like said, but I needed to sink in. The very notion that you have to kick somebody in the leg just so that you can compete with that person when it comes to walking and everything else. Like, it tells me as an intelligent human being that you are weak and ugly and pathetic. You feel me? The very notion that I am walking on the sidewalk, as you can see, by the way, and you are in a car with 4 wheels and you still mad at me driving by making all that noise, tells me that you're an ugly and pathetic and weak individual. So we see their behavior. It's not like you can make it. You see it for they bragging. They are the evidence and the source that I use. I don't make this shit up. I take what they say and what they do, and I put it on Front Street, because it's like, hey, this is what you presented to me, and this is what I'm using against you. I'm using your own writings. I don't know. Red left?
You know where I can get some dope at?
Nah, I don't do dope. You shouldn't do dope. She was just strolling. You feel me? The very notion that she had to come to me and ask me for some dope was to degrade me just so she could feel better about this. So they want to shame you. That's what they do. They try to shame you. Like they want to throw dirt on you so they can make you feel bad. I never bought dope in my life. I don't even know what it looked like. I don't even know what dope is. I heard about the names. You hear about names: cocaine, crack, dope, coke, whatever. I mean, I don't even know. I don't know which one is which from. I don't know which one it is. But yet they claim about this dope and this drugs behavior, which I don't even take drugs like that. Yeah, I drink, smoke cigarettes, but to take drugs, like to go actually and go buy dope, like from who? I don't even know where to buy weed from. You understand? So when I say they're shameless, these are the very ideas that I'm speaking about. They're so shameless. They haven't come into terms with their own defeat that they're willing to go as far as putting drugs on you just so you can be in proximity. That's the word I was looking for. Just so you can be in proximity with them so they can feel better about themselves. They have to have these things on you because then they feel lonely if they don't. You feel me? That's why I went into the loneliness and people not knowing how to be by themselves and be in a relationship and still feeling lonely because they don't know how to be by themselves. So they always have to have some form of company. So by putting drugs on you, by putting filth on you, by putting some kind of dirt on you, then they feel relatable to you. That's the only way they can relate to you. I have to have something on you where I can use it. I can use it against you later on as a weapon. I need to go back. Yeah, I need to put something on you. You feel me? Whether that's dope, how can you try to stop somebody and still feed them? Or that shit don't even make sense. How can you try to stop somebody and still feed them a drug that is helping them? You feel me? Because that's what they say. Oh, he's on dope. That's why he doesn't feel this. It's like, what do you want? It's not like the person's not. I'm not choosing to be hurt. Nor am I choosing the dope. You making the decisions. You feel me? At least you assume. We assume that's what they're doing. You feel me? That's what they saying. But yeah, you're trying to stop, and at the same time, you're saying that, oh, it's the drugs that he's taking. He's not taking the drugs. So it means you putting the drugs and the hurt there. Which one do you want? You want us to believe one over the other when they convince you? It doesn't make sense, my nigga. If I'm truly trying to stop somebody, why would I give him a drug that also helps him? They said that shit is helping him. That's the reason why he's strong. That's the reason why he keep going. Well, if that's the reason why, then why don't you stop doing those things then? You feel me? If they're scared to face consequences, you feel me? They must be using it for something. And the very idea that they have that kind of drug in their possession. I mean, who have that kind of shit in their possession? Unless the person is a user themselves. Because I would not have nothing in my possession that I do not use. Especially that kind of drug. It's filth to me. That's like touching the devil's balls. That's how filthy it is. It's like it's disgusting. You never see me touch such a thing. No. Knowingly? No. I'd be like, what the fuck, nigga? Like, why would I want to have something like that around me? It's filthiness in me. Like, it's just filthiness. It's just like, nigga, I can't even comprehend me doing such a thing. And if it's true that they're using that kind of thing against me, then how come I haven't went out there to seek to buy one? Because I'm on it, right? I should want it. I should crave it. Then how come I haven't gone out there? How come I haven't gone out there to get the hard one? Why get the samples? No, I'm good. No, I mean, fuck that, man. You know, I'm gonna start itching and shit. I need Dave Chappelle. You feel me? Like, come on, man. They just want to be part of my life, that's all. So they see that you're already strong, so they implicate that it is the drug that's doing it. Well, if you're trying to stop him, then why would you want to help him with a drug that numbs him? Does that make sense? That don't make sense to me. Because you've been trying to stop the nigga for a while, so why are you helping him to numb his pain? Especially when you was trying to stop him from doing something in the first place. Anyway, back at work again for the second time in a row. I already won the week already. You feel me? So in closing, you feel me? We're gonna run it down. In closing, they don't know how to be alone. You feel me? They are ugly within themselves. So they tend to surround themselves with things that comfort them. You feel me? These things provide them with safety and appearance and how they feel about themselves, because they refuse to face themselves. They refuse to, like, they can't. It's too much of a burden on them. It's too much to carry. They can't carry the world on their shoulders. Shoulders are not broad enough for them to carry it. You feel me? So they tend to demonize others like myself and others so they can feel better about themselves. I done seen people who were unhappy because they didn't get their way until they got their way and they became very happy. Which just tells you that they're relying heavily on hurting other people so they can have some joy in their life. And you can't make this up because it's just the truth. You feel me? So they hire seeking. So in order for you to be happy as a person, you need to destroy somebody so you can feel better about yourself. You need somebody in pain. You need somebody that you're doing better than. You need to crack a smile on your face. Well, I need to go hurt somebody. That's a serial killer type shit. The urge to want to do such things. Feel me? Constantly attacking, attack. Every day they wake up, they're thinking of whose life can I make miserable today so I can feel better about myself. This is how they do it. So they gotta lie. And they get caught in the lie. Attack. Demonize. Feel me? It's even worse when they get caught in the lie. Because now they gotta turn it around to make sure that to make you look like the liar that you called them out to be. And that's what they do. Anyway, I gotta go. Don't be. In conclusion, I give you a tip that can help such people out. It's very hard to face the things that we're ashamed of. It is. And sometimes you need all the time in the world to come into confrontation. Amen. And sometimes it's very hard to come into confrontation with. Let me show you niggas right quick. Anyway, sometimes it's very hard to come into confrontation with the things that you are ashamed of. And if you need to take some time to come into confrontation with it, take your time to come. But make sure that you do come into confrontation with it. Do not make other people a dispenser. Or don't use other people as a filter to confront what you need to confront. Don't use your wife's face as something that you can beat on just so you can come into terms with your confrontation. You should go at it full force ahead, or slow. You feel me? But just come in terms with your shame. You feel me? If you're feeling ugly and somebody look better than you, Find something about yourself that makes you look good. Feel me? Because there's always something about you as an individual. There's always somebody in the world that's made for somebody. Always. Somebody told me that once upon a time. You gotta believe it. There's always somebody out there for somebody. And some people are already in a relationship and still feel unhappy. Well, find something that makes you happy. If it means running, working out, doing push-ups, writing, what else? Sex. Whatever you need to do. You feel me? Drawing. Something. There's always something that you can do better than somebody else. There's a talent that you have. If it means talking shit, then fuck it, go ahead and do it. But don't hurt nobody doing it. If you gotta talk shit to yourself or just talk shit on the camera or talk shit to friends that can accept these things, then do so. You feel me? If it means paying attention to me and being frustrated and that makes you happy, go ahead, do it. I can't stop you from doing these things. You misery love company, and they can't help themselves. You feel me? And when it comes to your acceptance of who you are as an individual, don't just cause I don't agree with who you are as a person doesn't mean that you have to hate me for it. It doesn't make sense. Why does it matter if who you are? If somebody disagree with who I am as a person, do you think that will affect me for me being who I am? I still gotta be me regardless. And I'm not gonna attack the person. That's an indication that I don't believe in who I am. That's why I'm attacking the person. You feel me? But man, shit crazy. Anyway, they gonna wait until some white guy told them the same thing for them to believe it. So until that happens, I gotta go.